Okay, hello, hello. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. Didn't or do we test the chat? Sure it's the right size. Is it the right size? Looks like it. Thank you. Okay, I'm working in this random scrapbook that I got from Daiso for $1.50, and it's not quite 9 by 12, but it's very close to 9 by 12. The front had like these little tiles that said scrapbook, and then these little squares that had like, I don't know, little drawings in them. Not quite my style, so I just improvised a little and um, covered it all up, added some stamps and some stickers, and went from there. I'm trying to figure out why everything is so blue. Cody, can you lend some assistance, please?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not usually like that.
Whoa.
Yikes. And that's a off. No, that's pale. Look how pale it looks. Look at that. Excuse me.
What happened to your settings?
I'm telling you, they stopped working. That's usually where the color looks good on here. But my auto white balance is just like ignoring. And my lights are as warm as they can get right now, so I can't make it any less. Oh, wait. Well, let me try adjusting this. Sorry, guys, one sec. See, that's just making it more blue. Hello!
What is the white balance normally set to?
I just set it on auto and it changes and it looks perfect. Maybe if I let in a little bit more natural light.
You know what we can do? What if we
Sorry, we are trying to figure out this funky white balance. Oh, I have a white piece of paper. No, that's too close. Bring it down. Set it on the desk.
No, it's still really blue, huh?
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's because of the color of this notebook.
Oh yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, look. This was normally at 50%, right?
No.
So
54? So it must be the color of the notebook.
yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so basically the craft color of this notebook is making my desk look blue because it's messing with the white balance. So, I'm thinking, I know that I'm sure nobody would ever even notice, but maybe I'll work in a different book. No, the pages are also craft.
Oh. You manually adjust the white balance.
Okay, let's see. It's gonna look like crazy colors here for a second. Yeah. feel like somewhere in there. Does that look right? The color of the desk, no, now it's kind of pink. Okay. It's gonna bother me, so we're gonna do auto white balance, and things are gonna look a little blue for now. Then after we play in here, I'm gonna move over to this one that has more of a normal colored page. Hello. So I'm hoping that will fix the white balance issue. No, I think I got it. All right. So, I'll just quickly recap. This is a scrapbook, it's called, from Daiso. And it's basically like, it's like a dollar store, kinda. Most things are $1.50, so this notebook, scrapbook, was $1.50. And it said scrapbook in these little blocks, and then it had these squares with like little designs in them, and I wasn't crazy about that, so I just kind of covered it up with a bunch of pattern paper, stickers, all the things, stamps. And then the inside pages are craft. So I'll give you just a quick flip of like, this has been a lot of like free play in here, so I don't really follow any sort of, this is like what I was relating it to when I was sharing it on Instagram, is like the journal that I had as a teenager and as a kid, where I just kind of would tape things in there and like draw squiggly lines toward them and like write about them, and it was a disaster, but I absolutely loved it. And so I was trying to go back to that to spark some creativity, and so far it's really worked. Like, I just get so excited to play in here because I don't have any expectation of how it's going to turn out. Like, it could be the crappiest layout I've ever made, and I don't care. So I'm hoping to play in this, but I don't know if I can get over the white balance issue. It seems to be fine unless I show the cover. The cover is more yellow, so I think that's what's throwing everything off. Okay, and then basically what I've been doing recently is I've been keeping a little stack over here of like paper scraps and stamps and things like that, and instead of going to my stash and pulling out new stuff, I just try to use as much of the stuff that's on my desk as possible in here. That way I'm actually using stuff from my stash. So that's what I'm going to do with this page, and we'll just see how it turns out. Let's see what kind of paper scraps. So I have this one. Move out all this stuff out of the way. I have a book page. I have some other you can see my pile of mess. I actually had it semi-organized before I just pulled all that out. Okay, so these are the scraps that I have going on. And we'll just play with them and see where it takes us. Then I also wanted to, before I got started actually, I'm going to play with a few ink colors. I want to compare them and see the difference. So here's just a scratch piece of paper. This is an 80-pound cover stock. And I have these two colors from Prima, Bear and Wasabi. And they look very similar to Coffee from the Ranger Archival Ink collection, and Fern from Close to My Heart. So I wanted to try them out so you can see a comparison there. This sticker looks a little darker, so I think that these two will be a bit different, but in person, the Wasabi and the Fern Green are very similar to each other. So I just wanted to see that quickly. Let me pick a stamp. This is a Studio Calico stamp set designed by In a Creative Bubble. I don't know, it was from a while ago. I just saw it and thought it would be fun to play with. So I'm gonna do this half circle because it's a solid image. So it should give us a good impression so we can see the difference in colors. So how are you guys today? Are you crafting and watching, or are you just watching or just listening? What are you guys up to? It's been a while. I think it's been like a week and a half since I've streamed. I'm ready to get back in it. Okay, so I'm starting off with, and the reason I was rubbing this is because I haven't stamped with this half circle before, so I was just seasoning the stamp. Oh, fun. What were you crafting earlier today? Hi, Jen. I just got a notification that you resubbed for your second month in a row, so thank you for doing that. I appreciate you, and happy stream subscription anniversary. I've decided that's what it is. Yikes, that's a lot darker than Bear. Oh, Week in the Life, fun. I didn't do Week in the Life this year. Actually, I never do Week in the Life. I've contemplated it many times, but I don't really have an attention span for an ongoing project, so I always applaud people that do. I'm gonna move my little sticky notes over here so that I can get to these baby wipes easier. Ooh, fun. Are you planning on using your insert for something specific, or you just made it because you felt like making one? Okay, so now I'm gonna try Bear, which I know for a fact is lighter than Coffee, or at least, I don't know, now I'm second guessing myself. Maybe it's not. I think it is. I haven't used this color in a while. Yeah, a lot lighter. Let's see. The ink pad is a little dry, so that could have something to do with it, but I don't think Prima sells re-inkers for their ink pads. I could be wrong. I haven't really looked into it. Ooh, fun. You're going to New York? That's gonna be fun. Oh, that's cool. So you do Week in the Life every year and you put it all into one album and you have, yikes, sorry, I just threw that at you. You have like one layout for each week and then over the years they accumulate? I like that idea. Okay, now we're going with wasabi. Yeah, they're both a bit dry. Should look into re-inkers. Yeah, that's a really good idea for Week in the Life. I like that. Okay, let's try Fern. And I don't usually clean my stamps, but I'm trying to get an impression that doesn't have residue from the previous color. Ugh, I love Close to My Heart ink pads. They're so good. Okay, so Fern is darker than Wasabi. So, if you too were curious, we have Coffee from the Ranger Archival Inks, which that is a beautiful impression, I will say. That is very clean. Then we have Bear from Prima. Not a great impression, but again, the ink pad is a bit dry, so to be expected. Much lighter than Coffee. Then we have this one is Wasabi from Prima Marketing. Again, not a great impression. I lost my train of thought. Not a great impression, but it is a little dry. So To be expected. And then we have Fern from Close to My Heart, which is a really good color. Actually, Wasabi's a really good color too. They both kind of lean towards like olivey chartreuse. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's start playing with some of this stuff. Yeah, I think that's why I can't really do Week in the Life. The pressure of it all is to like keep up, and not only that, but like my weeks are not very exciting, guys. Like they are pretty boring, and every day is pretty much the same. So I do like weekly pocket pages as a normal form of my documenting. I do that every week. So I kind of consider those like a mini version, a light version of Week in the Life. So again, these are just scraps that I had on my desk, and now I'm just seeing if my creativity is sparked by any of them. Ooh. I don't know what I'm doing, clearly. Okay, we're gonna try something. So again, during this part, if the white balance looks funky, like if it looks really blue, it's not something I can fix because the craft color of these pages makes the camera lighting freak out. But I'll be working in a different journal in a little bit, so the lighting will go back to normal. Oh, okay, so this is, I like that then. If you don't do weekly, then this is like your weekly layout for the year. Do you only do it once a year, or do you do it twice a year? Totally guessing at how wide this needs to be. Yeah, that seems about right. That, or maybe I want to book paper to this side. Okay, let's just start sticking things down. No use in waiting. That's the whole point of this journal, is that like I just stick things wherever they end up. That's where they go. And I don't really plan them out. I like the idea of just kind of going back to the basics. I like that. I like that approach to the Week in the Life concept. And the pages in this book are super thin and super porous. So I do double them up so that they're a little thicker and a little less flimsy to hold the weight of the things that I'm gluing to them. And then as far as stamping goes, I just you know, your stamp impressions are not going to be perfect on a paper like this. 'Cause it's very textured and it's very, very porous. So it kind of does a little bleeding, but it doesn't bother me. I just go with it. All right. I feel like we're getting somewhere. Oh, I love those types of photos. So those are the types of things that I put in my weekly pocket album. So the weeks look very similar, but they each have their own little special moments, like that. Something that is a normal task or a normal routine thing around here, but that's nice to have later on to look back at. Okay. I'll do this one. Oh, well, thank you. This is the first year I've kept up with it, and I don't do it weekly. So like, yes, I document each week, but I do them in batches. So like, I still have quite a few weeks. Even I skip around too, depending on what I feel like, which week I feel like working on. So I have some weeks in January and February that I need to finish up, and then most of the weeks in May. So I fall behind and then I'll get caught up, and then I fall behind and then I get caught up. And this year I've only been able to do it because I kind of took a simplified approach to it, and I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I get that it's too much because it has always been too much for me in the past as well. Somehow, though, my brain made sense of it in a way that works for me this year, so I'm giving it a go. We'll see if I can make it all the way through the year. If I don't, I won't be heartbroken if it ends up not working out and I abandon it, but at least I'll have the weeks done that I did do. So I'm hoping I do last the whole year though, because I really love looking back at them, and so far I've enjoyed doing them as well, so that's always a good thing. Once things become a chore, that's when I have decided I'm no longer doing them. All right, so I am putting a lot of tape, but again, the paper on here is just not the greatest, and I've tried liquid adhesive. Oh no, no, that was smart. I've tried well, we can cover that, no big deal. I tried liquid adhesive, gosh, but it warped the page quite a bit, so I abandoned that idea. Book page may not be the best option either, just because I'm having struggles with it on its own. Oh, that's the wrong side. Let's see. I did not go about this in the manner that I wanted to. Perfect. Adhere that down. What is that? Is that tape? Yes. Well then, that's a bit rude. That was the entire line of the tape just getting ripped off, but that's okay. We'll just cover it. Let's see. Maybe we'll stick some of this in here. Not that side. I think that's the thing I have loved most about playing in this scrapbooky thing. I don't know what to call it because like they called it a scrapbook, but I don't know. It's just like a notebook. I'm gonna call it a notebook. That I can just stick things anywhere. But right now I really don't know how I want to fix that. Okay, there. Gave it a little tear, and then art journal. I like that. That's what it's going to be known as from this point forward. This is the art journal, or a art journal, because it's not the only one I have and work in. Perfect. Can't even tell that was a mess up. Let's figure out how to adhere it without messing it up. Hi, Dre. Okay, well, there we go. Nice. I feel like I need to incorporate some wood grain down here somewhere, but maybe not. I feel like this first 30 minutes has just been me fighting with this paper. Oh, that's the wrong side. Okay. Okay. Today is clearly not my day for crafting, but that's okay. Done with that. Now let's see what else we can add. I really wanted to use this little happy place stamp and the here and the details. So I'm thinking I am going to print a photo. That's the wrong button. I'm going to print a photo from my Instax of my crafty space and use that because why not? Actually, I might have one printed, not by Instax, but I have one. I know I have more. This is my extra photos thing. When I have extra photos, they get tossed in here. Some of these are from like years and years ago. All right. So scratch this idea. Put that back. I'm going to trim apart these photos and use 2 from here as well. There we go. So I'm gonna use these three. Move this. Um, Clicking on random things over here. I think I just unintentionally turned our brightness way up. There we go. So what I have is, this is just a picture of my journal on my desk with a stamp and some inks. This is just some random stuff on my desk. I take a lot of those photos. And then this is my mom working at my desk. So all can be representations of happy place. I'm gonna keep it simple and back them all with some vellum. This is a vellum. It's like a pearl. It has like a pearlescent. That's what I'm trying to say. It has a pearlescent sheen to it. I got a big fat pack of it from Tuesday morning, quite a while ago actually, and I'm still trying to use it up. I prefer vellum that does not have the pearl finish to it, but it was super cheap, so I was not about to pass it up. And it does the job, and you can't even really tell once it's on your project. I'm just leaving a thin border. When I don't feel like putting a lot of thought into layers behind my photos, I always map my photos. But if I don't feel like putting a ton of thought into it, I will go with one of two things. I will either go with vellum or I will go with tissue paper, because they are both super easy ways to mat your photos without having to worry about things matching and all of that. Plus it adds a bit more dimension because it's a different texture than all of your other pattern papers and stuff. Now that, whoa, just kind of punched the camera a little. Now that we have more friends here, I'll ask again, what is everyone working on tonight while you're watching? Or are you just watching / listening? We already got some answers. We got some week in the life. We got some making TNs. Lots of fun projects. I like that I have 2 small photos and 1 larger photo. I think that gives a little fun interest. This one that I'm holding right now is a 3x4, and then the other ones are 2x3. Oh, I hope Marshall feels better. Ear pain is the worst. I used to get a ton of earaches when I was little, and I can totally sympathize with him because they are miserable. Okay. We'll do that. One of these down here, one of these up here. Maybe not. I like it. That is a totally acceptable answer. I am glad that this is a space for you to be able to escape from your tiredness and just relax. That's the other thing I've been loving about this journal, this notebook, art journal, that's what we're calling it. Is that because I'm kind of reverting back to that carefree, like collage type diary journal thing, I don't really have to worry about where I put photos. I don't have to. Oh, I was working on this one. I'll show you guys really quick. And not that one, this one over here. And as most of you know, I follow my rule of like thirds design triangle very, like I take it very seriously, and I usually only have 3 embellishment clusters and they form a triangle and it gives like that perfect look that my eye is looking for. This one, I like went crazy with the stars and I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed. And those stars are from the new subscriber printable that's in the download library. I'm thinking I'm going to add some to this as well, but in a different color maybe, because I haven't played with any of the other colors yet. Ooh, I hope it stays away for his ceremony. I don't remember where I said I was putting these, so I'm just sticking them down now. Ooh, 52 weeks of me. I am working away on that workshop. I have not abandoned it. It's just a ton of content. It's like a beast of a thing. Ha, okay. Now let's see. What do I feel like doing? I kind of feel like doing like a chunky outliner on my photos. I am going to use... Ooh, I'm going to use my blue pen because I'm still loving this thing. I need to get some in other colors. It's just the Micron PN, and I have never chosen a PN in my Microns before. When I grab these, they're always the, like, you know, the size is like 01, 03, or whatever their sizing is, but I never tried this tip, and I love it. I love it so much. Okay, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna do like super scribbly, chunky borders. I'm feeling that. Yes. That's my decision on that. Yes. All right. I feel like nobody gets to see my like free crafty side because on Instagram I'm always sharing like my perfect projects and the ones that I like and the ones that like I design for other people, because that's a big part of what I do is designing for other people. And I'm actually trying to filter that out so that I'm only creating for myself. And this thing has been like a huge part in that. It's really like just sticking anything and everything wherever I feel like putting it.
Drea, you inspired me when we were at the store the other day. Just would like to let you know.
Stream manager showing off his Cheez-It. Thank you guys. I'm loving the border too. I feel like since I've started this like free play, zero expectation type thing, I've been so even Cody noticed that I've been so crafty. He like commented the other day that, what did you call me, a crafting machine? Is that what you called me?
Yeah.
Yeah, a crafting machine, which I totally accept that title. So just summoning my inner teenager and going to town. I still do don't worry, I still will continue to do like my actual layouts that I share on Instagram and stuff, because I do love those. But I feel like without doing this every now and then, my creativity runs dry really quickly. Doing some of this in between is like lighting a fire under my butt? Is that what the saying is? I think it is. And I think it suits this well. This situation. Okay. Enough chatting. I've decided on my stamps. This one says here. And I haven't used this particular stamp from this set, so I'm just seasoning it by rubbing my hand across it. And then what color ink? I'm going to do this ink. This archival ink in the color sepia. But yeah, sepia. Sepia? Like the filter that you, or the setting for photos? The filter. It's not a filter. It's like isn't it a way that you develop photos? That's where it began. Obviously, there is a sepia filter. But is that how you say that? I don't know. I'm just a photography enthusiast. I don't know the details of these things. I just know what I know. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I'm getting distracted. This sepia colored ink, oh, I cannot get enough of it at all. Went over the photo, but it did not work. Let's try it again. My head's probably going to be in here for a sec. Okay, good enough. I can get with that. It looks really brown on this paper, but when you stamp it on like white paper, white cardstock, it has a nice burnt orange tint to it that I really love. Okay, then we're gonna go in with a bigger stamp block. This one says details. It's from the same stamp set. I'm gonna use that same ink pad. I'm thinking, I don't know, right there. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Did you guys ever used to make like collages where you'd like crappily cut things out of magazines and then like glue stick or tape them into your journal? Because I used to live for that, and that I feel like I'm channeling that right now. The journal I keep referencing, the main one, like the one that sticks out in my mind, because I had many, but the main one that I like, sepia, not sepia, sepia.
What?
The photography term.
No.
It's sepia.
Really?
Yeah, we have some.
Yelling?
I think I'm yelling too. We have people that know what they're talking about in here. And okay, so you sound like you know what you're talking about. So I'm just gonna keep going with that. Caitlin. It obviously now in 2019 you can put the sepia filter on a photo. But before all of that ever came about, isn't that like a technique you can use when you're developing photos to create that look on your photo, like on your film. You know what I'm trying to say? Let me know if you know that. Or if anyone else knows, let me know. Okay, good. So I'm not totally clueless as to what I'm talking about. I just didn't know how to pronounce the word. I have been loving the sepia archival ink color. Yes, torn up scraps. So good. Oh, I was talking about the journal. It's in storage, but one of these days I'm gonna get it out and I am going to show you guys on one of these streams what I'm like channeling. You're gonna be like, oh, it all makes sense now. Happy place. Where do I want this one? I'm just trying to figure out. I don't really like that it's stacked, but I'll do it there. I spend one weekend with Drea, and here I am cleaning my stamps. Who am I? Then I'm thinking it would be fun to do a little... Where's my pen that I like? It is not in the zone, the area right now. Ooh, what about white ink? Fun. Not working well. Why? What are you doing? Let's see. While I don't love the jelly rolls as much because they take on the color that you're writing on, they do write a lot smoother for me most of the time. I'll go with. I like your evil laugh. Okay, we're gonna try this jelly roll. This is the 10. The 8 was still a little scratchy. Yes, a free playbook. I totally recommend it. I've only been playing in it for a few days, but it's seriously like been a game changer. Little arrows. Yes. I am feeling that. Okay, what are we putting up here? A little more writing. And then we'll do this arrow down here. That way we all have arrows. Okay. Then I'm going to add, I think I'll add a few of my stamps on there because I love my little phrases. I'm going to use documented, and I don't know if I want to use the little things or I think I have like everyday things, but I want this shouldn't be so hard. I'll just do everyday things. That's a good one. I want to change the ink color up for these, so I'm thinking, what do we have over here? Maybe we'll try chalk ink. In a blue? turquoise stone, maybe. I know I don't have any other blue in the layout, but I'm really feeling blue right now, so why not? Oh, what happened to this one? Had a little situation going on in there. Or we could do gray. Gray's a little too blendy. Let's do... Oh, look at that burnt orange. Okay, let's test a few on a scrap piece of paper and see which one I want to go with. That is a really pretty color. Wow. Those are very similar. It looks super orange, but it's actually not. It's like it's a very like soothing orange. It's like a soothing burnt orange instead of like a jarring burnt orange. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but it's really pretty. That is Rusty Keys in the Prima Chalk Edgers. Let's try, which one's this? Turquoise Stone. Also a super pretty color. Not quite as turquoise as I would really think for being called turquoise stone, but I guess that's, I don't know. That's what they think turquoise stone is. This is Teal Damask. This is what I would think turquoise stone would be. That's what I would think turquoise stone would be. But what I've learned is, we've been over this. Turquoise is more blue, teal is more green. So I guess their colorings do make sense. Oh, I'm still going to use that. I'm thinking I will go with, I'm going to go with this turquoise stone. Bring in a little blue out of nowhere. I like it. Also, all of these things that I like to say out loud to you guys when I'm crafting here by myself with just the cats, like if Cody's at work or something, I talk to them as though they are you guys. Or maybe I talk to you guys as though you're them. I don't know. But I talk to you guys the same. Going through my ink choices and things like that. Okay, so we'll do some everyday things right here because that seems like a good spot. And then, ooh, I don't know. That's quite blue. I'm not crazy about it, but it doesn't look terrible. And now I'm committed, so onward. Then what should we add next? I think maybe just a few stars here and there, and then we'll call it done. Pull out my stars. Ooh, I'm really excited. After we're done with this layout, I'm gonna work in my notebook that I did this layout in. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, let's finish one thing at a time before I get super sidetracked. So these are the stars, the wonky star pattern paper from the stream subscriber download library. And I printed the light teal color, light turquoise. Turquoise? Teal. Wait, turquoise. I printed the light turquoise on clear sticker paper, but also on this pattern paper, and it gave like a tone on tone. Hard to see, but you can kind of see it there. Really cute, actually. I love the way that turned out. Then I printed the deep teal. Wait, oh my gosh, I give up. The deep teal on white cardstock, really vibrant. And then I did black, the mustard yellow, and the light pink on clear sticker paper as well. Because I like that I can use this as like a whole sheet to create a patterned paper, or I can cut them out. And that's what I'm gonna do here because I like that these blues match this blue. Yes, that is what we will be calling them from this point forward. Bluey green. They will all be bluey green. Your taupey mauve has inspired new colors, Cody. And so now I'm just gonna fussy cut, if I can talk, a few of these to put in random places. And yes, even though it is on clear sticker paper, I do fussy cut as though it's not. If I just do a circle around the item, it bothers me personally. I know most people it doesn't, but all right, let's place the first one here. Seems like as good a spot as any. Then move over to this side. Grab a couple of these. I don't do quite as accurate of a job as I would if this was like on white cardstock or something, but I get closer to the item than just doing like a circle. I feel like 13-year-old me would be absolutely living for this layout right now. Today me is not totally in love, but is enjoying the process, so close enough. Oh my gosh, I remember one time, so I was really into collages, and they were like art journal style collages, but this was like long before I knew art journaling was a thing. I would just sit in my room and cut up magazines and stuff and make collages, specifically Vogue, because I loved all the like crazy poses of the ladies in the like intricate gowns and stuff. And I remember for this one, I actually might have it somewhere. No, I threw it away when I went through all that stuff years ago, but I made this one collage and I put tinfoil on it, and I thought I was so cool. I was like, oh my gosh, nobody uses tinfoil in their collages. This is so groundbreaking. And now I look at like the art journaling industry, not industry, but just like community, and the things that people add to their art journals. Oh, people are so good. They're just so good. Do a smaller star now. But I like took the tinfoil and I like crinkled it, and then I very carefully laid it back out and used it to layer behind these women in their dresses. I thought it was so edgy looking. This this star is so tiny. For the really, really tiny ones, like the ones that I can barely hold in my fingers, I do a circle. I'm not that crazy. I like how subtle they are. You guys are quiet tonight. I feel like I have had too much caffeine or something. Or what it really is just that I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I get it. Sometimes you just not in the mood to be chatty. That's like the majority of my life, actually. This one over here. You are the best. Luckily, I can just chat with myself for hours. I'm used to being home alone with the cats, so I talk to them all day. I can easily just chat at everyone for hours. That is one thing I can do. Ooh, yeah. It sounds like you need some introvert recharging time. Hi, Sylvia. Ugh, I'm sorry to hear your app was glitchy. I hate when that happens. Oh, I'm gonna put this over here. Right now, we're doing like I'm gonna call it like a warm up. So I'm just playing in it's like a free play art journal where I really just put things anywhere and I don't think about it and I just go with the flow of whatever my hands feel like doing. And as a reminder, if you are subscribed through Amazon Prime, your monthly membership will not auto renew. So you'll have to add a reminder for yourself in your planner in your phone or something to resubscribe if you want to continue with access to like the download library and stuff. So if you didn't receive the email for this download this morning, that's probably what happened. And if you need to know how to do that again, there is a link. I don't have my shortcut thing handy. I think it's like exclamation sub help or help. I think it's sub help. Cody, can you try that? Cody, can you try putting the sub help link in there? I think it's exclamation sub help. Yeah. There it is. I usually have a little cheat sheet of those handy, but I don't know where I put it. I put it somewhere so I wouldn't lose it, and then of course I lost it. Story of my life. Yes, that's exactly what the point of this is. Just like get my juices flowing, because sometimes I feel stuck when I first start off. Put a random star right there because I cut an extra. All right. I would consider this one a success. Let's put today's date on it. Today is the 28th. And use my StazOn. Good to go. Nice. I'm feeling good about it. I'll show you guys a quick flip through. The screen is gonna get, or the white balance is gonna get extremely blue here in a minute because the front cover of this notebook, my white balance on my camera does not like. So Be warned. So there's the cover. Again, there was a bunch of junk on it. I just covered it all up because it wasn't my style. And some days the free play turns out great, and then other days it's just kind of all over the place. So that's what it's all about in this journal. So there's that. All right, let's move on. I'm going to now work in this is my grid notebook from Shorthand. They are a little shop that's local to me here in Los Angeles, but they do have an online website. So if you like love stationery, definitely go check out their website. And they have all these goodies online. I think it's like shopshorthand.com, or maybe it's just Shorthand. If you just Google Shorthand shop, it comes up. I know that this is still on there, and I know you're supposed to remove it. I don't know why I haven't. I like the pop of color. I'll remove it eventually. If I end up with an odd amount, the last M&M, I will just bite it in half and then put half on either side of my mouth. So no, it doesn't bother me because I know how to solve the problem that would bother me. But if I didn't know like what to do with that last M&M, yes, it would bother me. But fun fact, I hate even numbers. I like odd numbers, so I would be okay with it. This is a layout I shared on Instagram. This is the first layout that I made in this notebook. I was just going to town. Guys up a little bit, the brightness here. Let me know if it looks too dark and I can help out with that. No, you're not nuts at all. And thank you. I've been really like feeling the creativity recently, and I think it's because of this like this new free play style of just like creating whatever I feel like creating and going wherever the wind takes me. This is what's really crazy is I did this layout and then I journaled, you guys. I don't journal for anything because I don't like talking about feelings or thoughts or anything, but I wanted to share that if you don't have a typewriter, I don't have a typewriter because I'm waiting for the perfect vintage typewriter to like pop up in front of me for me to invest in. I refuse to get one that's not old, and I don't know why. It's just what my brain has decided. So if you're like me and you don't have a typewriter but you love the look, you can get like any typewriter font on the computer, type out your journaling, and then print it out on clear sticker paper, and then you can stick it on whatever you're trying to put your journaling on, and honestly you can't even tell. Obviously like you can see the lines, but I feel like if I just showed this to you guys, you probably wouldn't be able to tell that I didn't use my typewriter, other than the fact that the lines are perfectly straight. Or you can always print on white cardstock or white paper and then cut out your strips, which I think you guys have seen me do. I only put this on one of the tags because the other one just kind of gets tucked behind, and I don't think it needs one. I think it would have been too much with the 2 and the 2. I don't like symmetry, just like I don't like even numbers, so the 3 tags with things worked fine for me. I really love that you can see the typewriter print through the glassine bag. So, feeling satisfied with this. Don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet, so I'm going to pull out. I'm trying to use my paper scraps more. Hey, if you don't like typewriters, I'm totally okay with that. You know, everyone has their own style. You could do the same thing without a typewriter font, honestly. Like if you just wanted it to look like you printed straight on the tag, you could just pick your favorite font, print it out on clear sticker paper, and then adhere it to whatever you're sticking it on. I've been trying to use my paper scraps more, so I'm gonna go through those and see what I can find. Okay. In front of me here, I'm bringing it in. This is my thing of paper scraps. And so if this is what my paper scraps look like, I'm sure you guys can imagine what my like regular stack of paper or my regular stash of full-sized paper looks like. This is just an organizer from IKEA. Pretty sure I have linked to it somewhere at some point. So I'm gonna sit sideways here so you aren't gonna see me, but you'll hear me. I'm sitting this way now with it on my lap, and I'm gonna go through here and just look for anything that catches my eye, and I'm gonna grab it. Like that one. Ooh, I like this one. I like that one. That one's cute. And a lot of these I remember where they're from, so I will share. Oh, this paper. Ooh, I should pull out the whole paper pad and do a layout with just, oh man, you guys. That might have to happen. Oh, here's more of that. I'm gonna look for some, actually, that would look good with that. That came from the same collection, so I know it will look good. Maybe. Let's pull out some smaller pieces that I need to use up. Another wood grain in case we feel like going with a darker. Some noteworthy, and I think that's what I'm gonna stick with. I mean, I could go through the super tiny. Ooh, look at that vellum. Has little floral leaves on it. And pull that out as well. Maybe that guy. And I think that's good. I keep saying that, but I'm keep seeing things out of the corner of my eye that I feel like I need to add. Okay, that's it. I'm cutting myself off there. Okay, the sun is finally down. Get some natural light in here. Hey, you can't go wrong with sticking paper in the printer and just printing it out. Okay, we have a hodgepodge of stuff. Let's get started. Automatically, I'm drawn to these, of course. No surprise there. These are from the Wildflower collection. I've shown it here many times. So I'm thinking that I do want to fussy cut those. So this might be a layout for off screen because I know that's going to take me a while. So maybe I'll put a hold on that layout and we'll do something with this because this is one of my all-time favorite papers. I just can never get enough of it. Not feeling that one for this. I do like the way that one complements. This one's nice. And no. Ooh, I hate those dots. Ugh, they give me the heebie-jeebies. That's nice. I'll keep that. No. Some regular, I like this, but we'll keep it out. And then the glasses, which we'll save for another layout. And this is the exact process I do when I'm making a layout with my scraps. I just go through my little box, pull out a ton of papers, then I go through them and I kind of separate them into groups. So like I feel like these work really well together. The ones from the Wildflower collection work well together. And then as I move the camera all around, even these ones, if I just added a few more pops of color in there, would all go really well together. We might be able to get away with using this in here, so I'll keep that one out. Have to hydrate. Okay. I guess I should have a photo. I'm really on an Instax kick right now, so I'm thinking I should print one to go with that. And this has kind of a travel-y theme, so to make it quick and easy, maybe I'll just print one from my recent trip. A favorite retired or discontinued paper line. I have so many, like I can't even count. Luckily, most of them are from crepe paper and you can get them digitally to print at home. So that's good on that part. The Wildflower collection that I just showed you is my all-time #1 favorite crafting collection I have ever seen anywhere. And I cannot find anything other than the 12 by 12 paper pads anymore. They're like non-existent. So I hoard them and I get one every time I find it because I always go through the full paper pad. But this paper right here, it's from one of the crepe paper travel collections. What was it, like Oasis or something? And this is one of my all-time favorite pattern papers. The whole collection was pretty, but like this paper in particular, I think I bought like 10 because I didn't want them to go away. And there is like a period of time between the release of the collection and then when it goes into the American Crafts printable shop. So in that gap, I wanted to make sure I still had them. The plaid. This plaid is a Felicity Jane plaid. Don't remember which collection it's from, but it is Felicity Jane. Some of her collections are digital, and I know this was a more recent one, so you might be able to find either these digital papers or even the paper packs might still be available in her shop. There's a link to, I keep hitting that. There is a link to the Felicity Jane shop. It is an affiliate link in my Instagram bio. So if you feel like supporting me in that way, I would not hate it. Okay, starting point. Printing the photo. That's a good starting point. Sassafras. There are so many names. Which one is sassafras? Spark some memories. I'm texting my mom back because I text her to let her know that I was streaming. And she said that she's going to try to join, so I'm really excited about that. Let's see, photos. Go into this, scroll all the way down. And I think I'll print 2 photos because I seem to like to go with 2. And I'm just looking at the photos from our recent trip to the desert, and I'm gonna pick 2 random ones that go together nicely and print those. Trying not to put a ton of thought. Ooh, that would be fun. To document our trip to shorthand where I actually got the thing. And decide. I think I like this one. So let me hook up to my printer here. If you have really good eyes, you could probably see that our Wi-Fi network here is called Kitty Palace, which is, in my opinion, the best thing ever. I always forget where my apps are. I have way too many. Going to the folder, okay. Thinking this one, maybe not. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I have my first picture. It's printing now, and then I'll print the second one and we can get into the layout of things. Aw, shucks. Thanks. We like our little kitty palace. Cozy. Okay, there's one. And do one of these dorky ones of us holding our notebooks, being twinsies. And I think I like this one because we both have real smiles. And it's not the perfectly posed one. We have like a bunch of crap on the sofa in front of us and everything, but I think I like that. It's like more real. I didn't edit out the like, I know this sounds excessive, but sometimes I'll go as far as like editing out the little air conditioner thing and the light switches just so that it has like a smooth white background, but candid shots are my favorite and I will always feel that way. So sometimes it's good to just get those ones out. Never know when this thing is off. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll set those aside. And this one's fun because it's going to be a different orientation. So we kind of got two different things going on. Okay, I think I'll do... Ooh, fun idea. Let me move this out of the way so I have space. I'm gonna do a diagonal situation. Something like that. And then on the other side, I think I'll go in from the top. So then we'll just meet up at that corner, cut it straight across. So I'm aiming for something like this. Let's round these corners. Say they're half an inch, but let me double check before I do it wrong. Half an inch. Oh, half an inch on top, 1/4 inch on bottom. Interesting. Okay. But I already cut half an inch. I don't know why I'm trying to recut that. That's all right. I'll hang it over a little and then I'll trim off the excess. That's what I will do. Actually, it'll be easier if I trim it off beforehand. That flat surface. I kind of needed to trim off a little anyway because my triangle was a bit too big for that space. So the top corner, actually the top corner might be half an inch also. Let's do that for both of them. What am I trying to do here? There we go. Let's try this again. 1/4 inch, much better. Yes. All right. Now we're talking. And now I have to trim off less, which is nice. Just that little corner right there. Same for this side. That worked out. Let's go ahead and adhere these down. Where did I put my tape? Here it is. I felt like I was so focused during that, and that amount of focus was not really necessary, but not perfectly lined up with the edge of the page, but close enough, and I'm okay with that. Let's get our tiny scissors out. Ugh, I love this paper so much. Righty. Oh, I love when that happens, when I just randomly pull off a piece of tape and it ends up being the perfect length. Okay. And I will just say that I am very satisfied with myself for getting the orientation of this pattern correct, because usually when I do things like this, like, oh, it worked. False alarm. Usually when I do things like this, at least one of these would end up upside down, and neither of them are, so it might be my night, you guys. Okay. Yes. That is what I'm going to say about that. Yes. Now I'm thinking I need to add some, I don't know, some like book paper or something. This is my little pouch of miscellaneous goodies. Okay, we have ledger paper, music paper, music sheets, Three Musketeers, which I feel like I've been using in everything, and then some like miscellaneous vintage ephemera pieces. Thinking, oh yes, yes. Or there's this one. No, I like that one. There's a red one. I like the black. But I think we're gonna also need something for over here. I better pull out some of that other paper as well. We'll pull out some music paper. My photos have nothing to do with music, but I don't need to. I'm not really like a. I mean, I am a literal scrapper, but not that much. Let's see. What are our other patterns? Okay, this is going for the next layout that I do when I use those other papers because I was just not feeling it. Maybe. Not crazy about that one anymore. Yes, I like this one, and I do like this one. Okay. I want to figure out how to work all of this in. So I think a good starting point would be to back my photos. I'm just going to back them on tissue paper, but I'll spice it up a bit and use this light pink tissue paper. And just as a note, if you are someone that does your memory keeping and is strict with like your no acid policy, make sure you find a tissue paper that is acid free, because not all tissue paper is, and you don't want to get messed up with that if that's something that you're careful about. And this tissue paper has like a smooth side and a rough side. I don't know if all tissue paper has that. I haven't paid attention, but I am gonna have the rough side facing up. I think I'm gonna do 2 layers per photo this time. Sometimes I just do 1 to keep it simple, but I'm feeling layery, so 2 it is. Okay. Nice, I like it. Let's do the other one. And while I'm doing this, I recently decided that I do my whole spiel of things at the end of the stream, but then I miss out on all of your guys' messages, like saying bye and everything, and I don't get to see them until after I've already stopped streaming, so I don't get to respond to them. So I decided that I'm going to start doing like my informational spiel kind of towards the middle, or like not at the end, so that I can get in our like last minute chats and goodbyes and stuff as we're closing out. So if you are new around here, welcome. I post the weekly stream schedule every week on Instagram, but I also post it on Twitter and in my Facebook group, which you are more than welcome to join. We'd love to have you over there. There is a link to it in my Instagram bio, and there are also all of my social links are listed below. what else do I have to tell you? We have stream subscriptions available, and if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch subscription. So if you'd like to subscribe using your Amazon Prime membership, just follow the link that Cody put in the chat earlier, and there are step-by-step instructions on how to do so. As a reminder though, if you do use your Amazon Prime free membership, you have to manually resubscribe each month. So be sure to set yourself a reminder in like your phone or in your planner so that you don't miss out on any of the goodies that you get in the subscriber download library and everything. And I think that's the majority of it. If you guys are crafting, I know a lot of people aren't crafting tonight. They're kind of taking it easy. But if you are crafting while watching, I would love to see what you are making. And I'm sure everyone else would love to see as well. So don't forget to share. Here's our hashtag right here. I'm pointing to it on the screen. It's MIMCraftyStream. Just share those on Instagram with us so that we can all go look and comment and have fun over there as well. All right, now that those are backed, I'm gonna see how I want to lay them out. Thinking something like this over here, and I'll do a bit more paper layering behind that, and then maybe I'll use this over here. Something like that, again with some paper layering. Or and then do different layers of pattern paper. I like that. I'm gonna start with a wood grain pattern. And instead of backing my photo, I think I'm just gonna chunk some layers together. No specific order or anything like that. Oops, I wanted to go the other way. Put that down, and then maybe a piece of that. And then on this one, I want them to be kind of similar, but not totally the same. So I'm thinking oh my gosh, you guys, we are almost at 100 followers here. And I know that that might not be as exciting to you as it is to me, but that is so exciting that that many people care about crafting and community and just having fun together. It makes me so excited. If you're not already following, make sure you do so. It helps out the channel so that other people that are just kind of exploring Twitch can find our community and join us. I'm thinking something like that. Feel it. Feel like we're getting into a groove. Then we'll bring in some of this over here. This. Where's the pink? How do we want to do pink on this side? Maybe we'll just do another square. Maybe this will be like some strips, and then we'll get squares, and we'll add half of this on each side somehow. Maybe for this one, I will show. I was trying to remember where this paper was from. I'm pretty sure it's from Sunny Days, actually. Or a recent Crate Paper collection. Might not have been Sunny Days. I think this and this, get some tearing going on. We'll add a little bit of straight line with that in between. Ooh, yeah, I'm feeling it, guys. Then I think I want the vertical. Where did I put that? I think I want the vertical photo on this side. %, yes. Feeling that. I'm gonna get it down so that I can not mess it up. What I like to do when I get something down on the page that I really like is just take a quick photo of it so that I can refer back to it if my pieces get moved. So then I have it here. Put that over there. So what I do for these is I will flip them over. Where is my tape runner? It's in here. And just do a quick thing like that to hold them together for the time. I don't know where I was going with the adhesive with that one, but oh, this one's easy enough to slip back in there. This is just an adhesive eraser. I'm trying to get the adhesive off of there that I just accidentally put on. Okay. Let's need a piece. Here it is. Little adhesive on. Excuse me, why aren't you working? Flip that back in there. Keep losing things. I don't know where I put. Never mind, I found it. Just throw these on there. Like that. Oh no. Sounds like the app is giving a lot of people issues. Thanks for popping in and joining us for a little while. Good night. I don't know if I want this right here. I don't know if I want this toward the top or the bottom. Like that, or up here. I'm thinking kind of right in the center. I don't think we're quite over 100 yet, the last I checked, but we are at 90. So we're only 10 away from 100, which is pretty darn exciting. These have easily become one of my favorite parts of the week. I look forward to getting crafty with you guys. Yes, still very exciting. This paper, I know I always say like I don't, not hate, but I'm not a fan of gold foil. But I really like that a lot of the gold foil that's been coming out recently is a more muted and more like matte gold foil rather than being super shiny and in your face. And that's how this piece is. And I like that. Because I can do a little bit of gold foil if it's not super duper shiny. there, and then I think I'll put my photo here and then add some embellishment in here so this space isn't so blank. I do want to adhere this down a little bit better. There we go. Put this one right here. I think it might be a little crooked, but again, I don't mind. That happens often. Now I'm going to figure out how I want to do these things over on this side. I'm thinking, oh, I didn't put this. Where did it even go? Oh, it's over here. I didn't put it in there. So maybe this will just have to wait until the next one. Or I bet I could slip this in here. Kind of blocks a lot. Okay. I think we'll save this for the next layout. For now, I will adhere these together. I'm going to use my thin double-sided tape for this. Just because I want to be able to get it really close to the edge when I'm layering. Pieces aren't very big, so I don't have a ton of room to overlap. I did not overlap them enough. I should start at this end. I didn't pull the tape all the way off. I mean the adhesive backing, whatever I'm trying to say. There. Okay. That should not have been that difficult, but it was. So, moving on. Where's my other strip? Here it is. I'm not super in love with the scrapbook.com double-sided tape. You guys know I'm extremely picky about my double-sided tape. This thin one is scrapbook.com, and then this one is from Beverly's, the craft store that I was telling you I prefer to buy mine from. And I still prefer the other one. This one just doesn't feel like it's as like sticky or high of quality. I'm so picky about my double-sided tape though, so thought I'd share that in case you're picky too and you've been contemplating it. You may like it, but you may also not. Cute, cute. Then Cody, stream manager, can you please text mom and help her? She can see me, but she can't talk, or something like that. Thinking I'm gonna sneak that in there, and then put that one there, and oh, hi, Mama. Oh, it's no wonder. Earlier today, I was trying to resubscribe through your Amazon, and I couldn't remember your Twitch username, and I was completely wrong. So fix that for you. Anyway, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're here. You missed only one layout, which I will show you really quick. I was playing in this notebook that I got, and I've been treating it like, remember my gray diary journal collage book thingy that I had? I've been treating it like that, so kind of just like scribbling and sticking and drawing and doodling and just whatever sparks my creativity. So that's what I was working in earlier. That's what you missed. Nothing too exciting. This is the good stuff, I think. I like the torn paper look too. I think I'll put that there. And then, ooh, you guys, I am loving this more and more. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Let's take our picture before I forget what it looks like. And we'll get it all adhered down. Okay. Oh, I should not have removed this double-sided tape because I still need to put my tape on all this other stuff. Okay. I'll hold it like that. I'm gonna come under here. Stick that down. Lift this up. And stick that down. Then I'll come in with a stronger adhesive now that I have it in place. Just finish adhering. Where did I have that? There, I think, and then this was for top. Actually, I think it was a little higher. Yeah, only one square down. Okay. Let's get our adhesive on the back. I know, the combination of the stuff, all the things. I sound like a broken record, but I'm just gonna say it again. Creating for yourself is seriously like the business. I'm just so excited about all of the things I've been making recently. That close enough. That'll work. Yes. Stick this down. a little crooked like always because I have to be like right over something, and even then I can't get it perfectly straight. Oh, I ripped off a corner of my tissue paper. I was trying not to do that. Okay. I really want this over here somehow, so I am going to figure out a way to work it in. Thinking up here somehow. And I'm thinking like that, but obviously not. I'm just going to cut a straight line here. I'm going to miss out on the 2, but I'll use that on a different layout, so I won't really be missing out on it. And then I think I'll just adhere it right here, and it'll look as though it's kind of layered. I'll do like a very tiny, tiny portion of it tucked under. It does blend in with the wood grain, which I'm not in love with, but I think I could live with it. Oh, what if I just popped a little graph then the grid of this doesn't match. What can I throw in there to make it? Idea. Good night, Caitlin. So glad you're able to join for a little while. See you in the next one. Okay. Just tearing some edges. This is that same pink tissue paper that I used to map my photos. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna kind of do a little blob, like a crinkle blob, and just let it peek out here and there. So for a crinkle blob, that's the official term, I just crinkle up the tissue paper and then kind of just like bend it so that it doesn't poke out where I don't want it to. I bend it to the size that I want it to be, basically. And then I'll tuck it in, actually, to that so that it looks layered. And then where did I put that piece? Here we go, this piece. That's currently a little bit ripped in half, but I will fix that. A little piece of tape right there to hold it together. Oh, it's so delicate. And then I'm going to stick that piece behind this piece to make it a little taller. So nothing like scientific about it, just like that. So then there's a little texture coming out from around. That away. And then we'll adhere all of this down. Ah. Well, that goes with the torn look. Actually, we could probably just stick it back on. Very gently hold it in place. And it's gonna be off and crooked, but that's okay. I'll stick it like that. And then we'll just put an embellishment right there and you won't even be able to tell. Yeah, I think so. I don't think you'll even be able to tell. Okay. Put that right there. And then I'm going to add a thin piece of double-sided sticky tape to... Where's the end of this? Oh, there it is. To stick this tissue fold down. That, and then we will adhere it down to the page. I'm not going to put a ton of tape on this, just enough for it to hold. I kind of want it to be a little, have movement. Okay. Hey, Elizabeth. Glad you could join. Okay. Then we'll put that right there. Embellishment time. Which I'm really excited about because embellishments are my favorite. Embellishments and stamping. What embellishments do I want to use? Let's look in. Yeah, I try to do around 2 hours on weeknights, keeping in mind that, you know, people are in different time zones and have work and things like that. But every now and then, like today, I don't mind going over a bit to finish up a layout that I'm really loving. And this is one of them. Ooh, I also found some paper scraps in here that will be fun to use in a future layout. Okay, this is the Oasis collection from Crate Paper. It is the die cut pack. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. And I'm just gonna pull out a few that kind of suit the weekend and the photos. A lot of these are way too big for what I'm doing. I love that one. And the colors match so well. But I don't know if, I think it might be a bit too much. Oh, that one's cute. Days filled with fun and friends. With sun, fun, and friends. This one says vacation time. That's a good one. Best weekend ever. That's cute. Okay, I think we have lots of choices. Let's see if we can fit any of those in, and then we'll add some stamping to kind of like pull it all together. I was thinking about trying out some florals, but was that a message from, what are those messages from Stanley and Eliza? If so, please tell them I said could you move this back to them. Oh, it's so funny because I can actually picture what's going down over there. Him stomping and being like all up in your grill when you're trying to type. I'm not a fan of this ombre. I wish that that was just one color, the best weekend ever. I love that, but I think there are better ones for this. Well, yeah, that's why his nickname is Stinky Stan. That's cute. Vacation time, and it pulls in the blue from the background. And it covers the rip. I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to commit, and I'm going to adhere it. Where is my tape? Always losing it. Stan, you are the life of the party tonight, being so talkative, making friends with everyone. Okay, we'll put that there. I like that the yellow still can pop through. And I do kind of wish I had something right here, but I'm thinking what would go really well right there is a stamp. Ah, you know what? Let me pull this up before it's down for too long. Okay. We're just going to leave it like that. Because on my desk here, I have these stamps from Illustrated Faith. These are for the revival camp, the first part of the Old Testament, and they are travel themed. I'm kind of thinking a circle would be fun right there. Like that. Ooh, yeah. Now we're talking, guys. Oh, bummer. Well, you know, the app is having trouble tonight, so I'm sorry to hear that. Stan hears my voice? Is that what you're saying, Mama? Yeah, he probably recognizes it. Little smarty. Okay. I'm going to do this I'm trying to decide. I think I want to do it in the sepia. I now know what it's called. But you know what would also be cute is doing like a second generation stamp. Let's try them both on a scratch paper and see what we think. Move all that junk out of the way. Will this fit on here? Yes. Okay. So by second generation, if you're not familiar, buzz on my stamp. Hashtag, what does that say? Skin funk? That sounds like something I would say. Did I say that at some point? Funk is one of my favorite words. I'm thinking like a light one, and over all the layers, it'll kind of be lumpy and bumpy and imperfect, which I like. Then let's try. Where's my other piece of scratch paper? I know here it is. When I did that, I just pulled a ton of stuff off my desk accidentally onto the floor. I did. Okay, I thought so. I can usually recognize something that I would have said, just based on the fact that I have I don't know, a strange vocabulary. I have strange word choices. Oh, prepping. Yeah, you gotta get the skin funk on there. Yes, you're right. That's going to be one of our emotes once I finally get around to making our new ones. We have fists for punching the I couldn't even tell you now, but I know that like when you do something good, that's what we use our fists for, to punch the, what is it called, Cody? Stream Manager? The little dancey thing? Punching the
No. Hit the whoa?
Hit the whoa.
Is that what is it?
Oh, Dre is telling us here.
Yeah, hit the whoa. No,
No, Mom. So last stream, I was introduced to, I think a lot of us were introduced to a new trend that the teens are doing. Allie, also known as Babs, you know her. Her teens and some of her teens' friends were hitting the whoa, which I had no idea what that was. So we had a very long lesson on what exactly it is. And now it's like our inside joke because like we would never do the dance, but it's, I don't know. It became a stream joke somehow. If you're bored, watch the replay of that one and then you'll understand. And you'll probably be as confused as we were, or I still am. Seriously. And I learned what a TikTok was. I still feel like every time I say that, I need to call it a Tic Tac. But I learned what that was on that stream as well. That was the stream full of lessons. Okay, back to business. As much as I think, darn kids, agreed. As much as I think this color suits this layout so well, I think that the black is like the pop the layout needs. So we're gonna go with a second generation stamp of the black. Now here's the question though. StazOn is a sticky ink. So when you do your second generation stamping, it's even less perfect than if you do it like with that standard black ink pad that I was using. Especially since my ink pad is running out of ink. I think I'm gonna do that one. No, as much as it sounds like it would be a clock, it's an app. It is an app that teaches you dance moves, such as hitting the whoa. And then apparently,
It's not an app that teaches them dance.
I thought that's what it teaches you, the dance moves, and then you do the dance and you record yourself, and it's
People
like,
record themselves doing all sorts of stuff on it. Though. It's like the new Vine, I think.
okay, apparently people record themselves. Drea's all, no. Okay, people record themselves doing
Don't
stuff.
act like you know about something you don't know about.
I am the first to admit I have no idea what the heck this is. I'm trying to explain it
You
in.
can just record videos.
Okay, you
It's
record
like Vine.
videos. You record. Mom doesn't know what Vine is.
Oh,
You
you know
record.
Vine?
You record videos, and then people can follow you and like them. I guess similar to Instagram. I don't understand the difference. I thought it was about teaching dance moves, so now I'm really confused. I feel like I'm back at the beginning. Perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. I wanted it down a bit more, but you know what? I'll live with that. Totally fine. Well, now you have to explain to me what the appeal is. Why don't you just post those videos on Instagram? Why do they need a whole new app? It's supposed to be entertaining. They are meant to be funny and entertaining. Okay, yeah, this must be something that's a bit not my wheelhouse. I find videos on Instagram to be quite entertaining, so I'm not really sure. But I'll take your word for it. And in the tone that I just said that, I instantly had Devil Went Down to Georgia lyrics on the tip of my tongue. Oh, okay, I see. A place where the parents aren't. Yes, because I doubt parents can even work it. I mean, I'm sure you guys could figure it out because you're smart people, but who wants to really put in the time to learn even more apps? Where is... I am 26. I had to think about it because I don't really remember my age 90% of the time because I'm 26 in the body of like a 92-year-old and the mindset of like a 38-year-old. But with the sense of humor of a 12-year-old boy. I laugh at fart jokes and things like that is basically what I'm saying. So I'm kind of a mix. Huh?
Unless I make them.
Yeah, if Cody makes them, I don't laugh at them. I don't want to encourage him. Um, but in short, I feel and act a lot older than I am, which is why I don't have any friends my age.
Yeah, you do.
I have like 3. But I mean like the majority.
More than men.
Oh my gosh. You can just go away now.
Okay.
Not fully away, but with your snarky comments away. See? Mom said I nailed it, and so did Drea. That is like the perfect way to describe me. I know. Here, I should rephrase this. I have a few friends my age. Most of them are mature for our age, and we don't do the things that people our age do. And not only that, but like my mom made sure that we were very versed in like movies and music and all of that from different decades. So my knowledge of music really goes from like, I don't know, forever ago to like 2005. And then all the new music after 2005, I have no idea. It's all new to me. I'm looking for something else to add. I feel like it needs more embellishments. And I definitely want to add one more stamp from the stamp set on this side, just to kind of pull it all together. This one's cute. It just says date, but I'm also digging this triangle that says adventure. But it has a plane and we didn't fly anywhere, and now I'm just getting a little bit too literal. Maybe I want this square travel date. No, I think I like this triangle. No, diamond. Is that what that is? Yeah, I don't want to instigate him because then that's the only jokes he ever makes.
What they're good.
They're not, most of them are not good. And if you have a really good joke that's about like farts and stuff, I will always tell you. I just don't laugh at all of them because then you'll think that that's just like the norm. Okay, this one I'm gonna do, it's upside down, right here. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, bodily functions are a totally normal thing. I don't understand. Well, I don't understand why people are so afraid to talk about bodily functions. Like, get over it. You know? Especially like when you have as much medical crap as I do. The number of times I've had to talk to doctors about uncomfortable bodily functions, or like people have had to see places I prefer they didn't. At this point, it's nothing. If you can't handle bodily function talk, then I feel sorry for you around me. Now, the question is, do I want this to overlap the white part of the photo, or do I want to not have it overlap? Yes, I do want it to overlap. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's start making some progress on this. Oh, I didn't do my second generation like I wanted to. That's okay. We'll make it a little messier by doing a little bit of... Oh, now I'm just going crazy. And now I wish I did that with this one. I want it to be a little bit messier. Let's put this one back. That's what I was needing on this layout. I've decided I needed a little bit of mess. It was a little too tidy and perfect. So do that, stamp it off, and then hang that one off the page. Put this one over. Yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, we're getting somewhere. It needs a few more like die cut pieces, and then I think a few more stamps and it'll be good to go. So let's get that going. Otherwise this will be drawn out for the rest of my life. And my pillow is calling my name. Not to sleep, just to lay on it. I don't go to sleep this early, but 9 o'clock is usually when I'm ready to be in my pillow fort. I don't really like the one that says Fun Day, but I like that it has that color in it. So I was kind of thinking about doing something like that. Or do we do it over here? Like that. Space them out more. Sunday like this, even though this was on a Monday. And then we could do this one like way over here. I think I like that. Okay. I'm gonna use my tape runner for this to make it simple. That one I'm gonna run off the page because I love a good item that's like chopped off. Oh, yes. Now we are talking. This is why you guys are my people. Just get it. I'm gonna put this one over here. And then this one's gonna be down in this corner. This is way too bright of a pink for me. I actually hate that color. And then I really don't like this color because it's like a bubblegum pink, but trying to branch out. And if I was thinking about it, what I probably would have done was like a light coating of white gouache over the top of those so that they were a little less vibrant, but that off. And here they are. Little wood stars. We're gonna add those. Then we're gonna add some random stamping and dating. And then I think it's gonna be done. Ooh, I'm really loving it. Where's my glue? I have lots of stuff to share. And one of my favorite crafting times is when I'm crafting with you, so duh. Of course I'm gonna let you use all my goodies. I didn't think about where I wanted them. I think over here, because there's a bit of like missing space. And that. You will even do a rogue star way up here because I feel like it could use one. Over here, we'll I do talk about you. Not want to stick. A little more glue and force it to stay there where I want it. One more. Right there. Nope, my mind. Wait, where do I want this one? I don't know. I don't know where I want the third one, but I know I want a third one. I struggle. Believe it or not, there is actually an art to how you put those together. That's the deal. That's how I get her to paper craft with me, is I promise that I won't share it anywhere. Half the fun of crafting is feeling the freedom to create something. And I feel like if you don't create on like a daily basis like I do, it can be really intimidating to share, well, on a daily basis, but then also like kind of as a living. It can be really intimidating to share the things you make with people online. So I have promised her that I will not share her stuff unless she approves me doing so. Okay, too many stars. I need to pull some of them off. When you know, and right now I know. Ooh, that one should have probably stayed because I ripped the paper right off. I think I should have stayed with that. Those three can go back in for another one. Now let's add some stamping and some date stamps. I'm gonna go to my Everyday Things stamp set. This is available in my shop on madeinmojave.com. No way. You've never met my mom. She's a scary lady. She's cute and pretty and dainty until you make her mad, and then, ooh, you better run. Okay, we're gonna use Everyday Adventures, Happy Little Moments, and oh no, not Happy Little Moments. Everyday Adventures. This makes me happy because I like to do 3. Third one is going to be Documented because it's my most used stamp from this set and I love it. And we are going to use my sepia. I feel so proud that I know how to say that word now. Ink. Start out with Documented because it's the smallest. Not that that matters, but my small acrylic block was right within reach. I think I want to do a long phrase over here and over here. And then Documented, I'm going to put right there. I really love how this ink does when you are doing your ghost stamping or your second generation stamping. I'm not sure about the ink as a whole yet. I haven't played with it long enough. Good night, Mama. Love you. But I do know that I really like the ghost stamping because you can get like 3 or 4 really good ones that look nice. I think I'm going to do Everyday Adventures over here. And then I'll do this makes me happy right there. And I just covered that spot right up where I pulled the paper up so you can't even tell. She would probably let me share some of her blankets if I asked. But the paper crafting, she would not. Good night, Sylvia. Thanks for joining. Hopefully see you next time. Okay, stamping is done. Let's add in some date stamp. These were both on the same day, luckily, so we only have to do one date stamp. I'm thinking I'm gonna do it right up here with this big guy, because I like the way that'll look. And I'm gonna do it with black to get a third touch of that really bold black. Oh, good. I'm glad you're staying. I thought you were saying goodnight to me. But even better that you were not. Okay, this was on, what day was this on? No, I don't think that was the correct day. Well, it was, apparently. 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, it was. Okay. So, the 20th. I've been really into, normally I do a strict 3, so I do my initial stamp and then I do like the second and the third generation stamping. But recently I've been really into just kind of like stamping until it doesn't show up anymore. I love the like mess, but not really mess of it. It's kind of like an intentional messy. I feel like it needs one last thing. I'm not feeling gold splatters for this one, which is what I would normally do to finish something off. I'm thinking... What am I thinking? Well, I mean, maybe it's good as it is. I think I do want to put in this sepia colored ink. This is not what I was looking for. I was looking for this little tiny guy. This stamp over here says date, and it's kind of bothering me that there's not a date in it, so I'm just going to add, in a different version of stamp, the date again. And in a subtle color. Because I feel like that, it needed that. Then this does say destination, but for some reason I'm okay with that one being blank. Yes, it is a good way to clean your stamp. You know, I have been thinking about bringing black splatters back. I don't know how long you guys have been following me, but when I first started sharing my work on Instagram years and years ago, I was so about the black splatters. They were on anything and everything I created, and I loved them, and they kind of like were my segue into splatters in general. And so I've been thinking about bringing them back. The reason I don't for these layouts is because this is great quality paper, but I don't think it's quite thick enough for it not to like bleed through. And since I really love this layout as it is, I don't want to get any of that black bleeding through. But I definitely plan on bringing back those black splatters in like a scrapbook layout soon. So keep an eye out, because It has been on my list. Maybe I will do. I mean, maybe if I can't think of anything, then it doesn't need anything. Ooh, idea. Good night, Drea. I always scream good night, and I'm not sure why. I think I will add in a little light line scribble. So we'll do one there, and then we'll do one over here somewhere. I'm thinking on this one. Yeah, I think that pulled it together. I think that gave it the last touch that I was looking for. I'm going to call this one done before I overdo it. Let me show you guys up close. That's how it turned out. I really love it, and I'm loving working in this size and format of documenting. Plus, I think this would be a fun size to like take with me on the go. I have to travel a lot, you guys know, for doctor's appointments and stuff, and I always hesitate bringing crafty stuff because it's so hard to know what to pack. I'm thinking if I brought this with me, I know the size, then I bring a few paper scraps, like a pack of embellishments, and I could be good to go with my stamp set. Yeah, I like that. Alrighty, friends. Thanks for sticking with me tonight. It was a bit longer than normal, but I think it was fun, and I really enjoyed it. It felt so good to be back after that impromptu week-long break, but it was much needed, and so I'm happy to be recharged and ready to go. Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is our next stream. And I really hope you guys will join me. Now that I'm like in my crafty groove again, these things are just going to get better and better because I feel like today I was like, I finally got my crafty mojo back. And in my mind, I was like, watch out, world. Not in like a bad way, not like I'm coming for you, but like the craftiness is coming. And so I think that that's what's going to happen in these upcoming streams is I'm just going to keep like throwing up craftiness in a good way. Okay, it's too late. Think I'm delirious. I'm gonna go to sleep now, or at least get my head to my pillow. I hope you guys have a great night. Don't forget to follow along here on Twitch so that other people can find our crafty community, and be sure to follow along on Instagram for updates, news, stream schedules, all that jazz. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you love it. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. Alrighty, friends. Have a good night. Bye.